Hello and welcome to episode 13 of our Timberborn Update 5 Iron Teeth Mega Build playthrough here in Cycle 19, Day 1. Last time, we expanded a whole bunch of different stuff, started planting some more oak trees, and built a new housing complex to make room for our growing beaver population, and also put power across the path and into this side of the map, so we could possibly think about putting some excavation over here so we can get around to finally boxing in our mangrove plants, or trees rather, and having the irrigation barriers on top of them so the bad water does not affect them. And since this is the start of a new cycle, it's very likely that the next thing we get is going to be a bad tide, so I think it would behoove us to have these in place before day 12 or 13 or so. So we'll see what happens. Got a couple different things we would like to do, and we'll see what we are able to make happen in that regard. But like I said, this is supposed to be a clone of what's going on over here, and to a certain extent over here with our housing. And somebody left a comment saying that the symmetry is off between these two, and that's because I didn't swap these lanterns and the shrubs. And it might seem like a stupid thing, but I'm just going to go ahead and fix those real quick because, well, there's not really any specific reason that we need to, but I have the crippling need to have things make perfect sense at all times. So, unfortunately, that's what we're going to have to do. Anyway, moving on. This area back here is already headed kind of down that same road, so we'll go ahead and get these rooftop terraces in place. And then, since this is on the left side of that, we're going to copy how this is set up. So lanterns will be on the left, bushes will be on the right. You know how this goes. Same deal. So we'll get that all taken care of here. Should give a nice even bonus applied to all of our beavers. Right here, same as well. So, one of the things we're going to want to get through, also get through the night here with our triple speed, now that the computer is actually able to handle that, we want to put some excavation over here. And we haven't unlocked these yet. I have just enough to unlock the dirt excavator now, so let's do that. And the dimensions on this aren't really friendly for evenly excavating all of this. And I think we're just going to have to get over that. And by we, I mean me. I'm going to have to get over it because, I don't know, it's just one of those things. But what I would like to do is get this whole thing right here set up as, actually the middle of this is going to need to be dam pieces. But I'm going to get this set up as a fill and drain only to 2/3 of the height of one of these blocks, which is what the dam does, so that when I have the giant hole created by our dirt excavator, it will just fill up, and that will be the end of that. So I think the way that we're going to want to do this is to place this right here in the middle. I will, of course, have to put this up on the top, but this will create a 5x5 hole in the very middle. And then what I can do later, after we're finished with the excavation, is come in like so with our deep water pumps. Just like that. I think that'll end up looking pretty nice. So all we have to do now is put in, I believe, right like so. And that will let us do what we need to do. Perfect. Beautimous. So, yeah, that's what's going to happen here. The easiest way for us to get power is just going to be to have this go across, because we do have our flywheels right here serving as connectors across here, and then soon I will put in other flywheels. But this is how we're going to approach this corner. We'll just have the mega hole right here, and then see what happens. That's also, in theory, going to allow us to put power straight down here, and then by proxy all the way across to connect everything. I would like to have an actual power conduit running. We could even do it around the outside if we so chose. We do have these side platforms that could easily accommodate that, or we could do something else. But that is what we're looking at right now. I'm going to go ahead, in the interest of actually accomplishing things today, prioritize all of this construction, because we're already in day 3. I want to make sure we're excavating by the time we have to be. So, it's not going to be very resource efficient to build a bunch of platforms everywhere. So what's going to happen is, first of all, we have to have some more trees to cut, which currently are a little bit in short supply. So in the interest of saving some trees, I'm going to pause. Well, not all of our plank manufacturers, but I'm going to pause most of them, and then most of the gear workshops as well, because those are all going. Actually, I shouldn't pause these guys, because these take planks that are already made and turn them into treated planks, which we also need for our irrigation barriers. So I really shouldn't be limiting that. Need to make sure we can use our existing wood to make this stuff. And also, oh, geez, we need 100 treated planks for... Oh, of course, I didn't even think about that, but I guess that's the way the cookie crumbles, isn't it? I really should think about these things a little bit more before I get too invested in them. Well, that's the way it goes. I think the best thing for us to do is going to be, in terms of ease... I don't know, I haven't even unlocked the vertical power shafts yet, sheesh. Well, I have the science, so why don't we just do that? Just to unlock those right here. We'll probably end up removing these later, but I digress. That'll let them build this. Nonetheless, get the power out here. Wait, you know what? You know what I have? No, I didn't install that mod, the one that has the powered levees. Or did I? Nope. Nope, because that would be right here. I've been playing this map for so long, I've got so much different stuff going on. I can't remember what's in each playthrough. That's probably bad. Probably shouldn't be laughing about that, but I digress. So, what we will do now is we will get this hooked up here with some stairs. That'll fit nicely like so, and then we can simply come over this way, since it can't go through anything, and then we will just have this come up. I guess I don't need to do any crazy fancy stuff here. Wait, hold on, that's facing the wrong way. This needs to be... There we go. I don't even know if it matters. I guess on that specific one, I guess it has to be hooked up that way. So that's fine. We'll get this rocking and rolling here. There. Oh, nope, don't click there. Did I do the same stupid mistake over here? No, that's actually connected. Alright, so that's good to know at least. Did I super prioritize all of this? No, I should super prioritize the actual excavator itself. Because that's going to be the most important thing. And that will also keep our treated planks flowing into the right stuff. These need logs, which we are not currently in a great supply of. However, we do have access over here to all these dead pine trees, which I have, for whatever reason, failed to get into at this point in time. So I think, yeah, if we're going to do the same thing over and over again, this is eventually going to become levees and dams, but we're not there yet. I think, since this is already connected here, I'm going to do exactly what I've already done and have this come down on a ladder right where it would otherwise. And do I want to put a, I guess I do, but for right now I don't need to worry about it. So that's going to become just a regular platform right here. Ladder goes right here. And then this can come across. It's going to go to the left and to the right, I guess. Actually, hold on. Why don't I have a path here? I really should. Really should have a path there. So for right now, since we're not actively growing anything here, I'm just going to put a regular path. A regular path by platforms, I mean. And then this is going to be, I guess I'll just put those two automatically demolished. There we go. That'll work out just fine. And the reason I'm building this instead of just coming around here is because this is eventually going to be put in place, but I am going to deprioritize all of that since we don't have a lot. I just wanted to make sure I went ahead and got that in there. Instead, we will build this right here, and that will give them easy, if a little bit circuitous, access over here. But this will be built eventually, just minimum priority. Now, if we come back over here, they still haven't built, well, any of this, I guess, because they're still waiting on, oh, because they have... Alright, that was kind of dumb. I have to have them be able to actually get over there first, so that's why they were continuing to build that. Should have really thought about that, but, you know, that's the way it goes. We have 24 unemployed beavers. I feel like we could really be improving those numbers of production if we were able to utilize them, but currently we don't have enough wood to really build much of anything, so that was probably not my best moment. I just need these guys to get over here and start harvesting trees. So actually, you know, that's probably yep. Well, the fun thing about me doing these videos this way is you guys get to see my bad decision making in real time, which is unfortunate. So I guess what has to happen now is I have to remember that I click on the top, not the bottom. Just mark all those as regular priority so they can come over here. I wish I could just have a queue to prioritize instead of having 5 levels of do or do not build this. That's right, we have to have these 2 platforms built first so they can get across here and then start taking all these trees out. In fact, these don't even need to be demolished anymore. I just have to have lumberjack flags. So in the interest of actually accomplishing something, let's just blanket harvest every single one of these. Oh, I can have as many beavers as I want doing this because I have so many extras. Yeah, so I'll just have 6 of these guys right here. Why not? Get over here, start getting this wood, and then we can just finally catch up with everything. So I promise there's some sort of something in my mind that is master planning all of this, but I never promised it was a good something or functional. Anyway, while they're taking care of that, a couple things you guys suggested that I do want to get to today. Possibly automating fluid dumps. The only issue behind that is we don't have the triple dynamite, which I guess we don't really need. If they're already too deep, I can just take all the stuff off and dynamite it again. But that's why we hadn't done that already, because it's not been deep enough to put our hold on. There it is, stream cage in. Yeah, see, look at this. They're already getting to work. Already. We'll put an industrial pile over here to hold wood, so they don't have to go all over the place. But aside from that, we already talked about the dirt excavation and the land enclosures for the mangroves. Somebody mentioned we're running low on berries, which is objectively false because we have 1,900 of them, but good looking out, I guess. This is constantly empty, though, and our population has been increasing. So I don't want to completely write off that concern. We might end up planting a couple more berry bushes or allowing a couple more to be planted here by reducing the amount of farming happening, because we have plenty of eggplant. We don't have a lot of eggplants, but we have enough. 138 or so. We're not hurting on eggplant rations. That storage is almost completely full. So I do appreciate you looking out for me here. Currently we are fine, but if we notice this trend continuing to go down, then I guess that's something that we could express a little bit more concern about. I guess, yeah, I could just put this right here. That's fine. Logs set to supply, and eventually that will get made And that should solve a lot of our problems. But now that we actually have logs, we can come back here and we can specifically get this up and running as fast as we can. It's just that initial lack of logs was starting to become a problem. So then we'll also take care of this. There we go. Yeah, we just want to make sure this is getting done first, or as soon as we can. Treated planks numbers are going up. We're planting more of these oak trees, so that's looking good. We just had to get a little bit more going before we got too much further. So the other bad thing about having this set up the way it is it's not going to retain a whole lot of water. This is going to be empty-ish, just because it's one block deep. But one of my goals was when this was sectioned off, or will be sectioned off in the future, correct verb tense matters, kids, this would have a whole lot more water stored, and we could actually possibly put in, where in the world is that deep mechanical fluid pump? These guys. To activate, to refill if we felt so inclined. I don't know if that's going to be necessary. Might just be a fun project to build, to say, hey, we did that. But that is an idea that I'm keeping in the back of my mind for some time in the future. Meanwhile, over here, they are continuing to build all these levees. Just takes a very long time to get much of anything else done here. I do see the kohlrabis being constantly harvested here, so our supply I expect to decrease at some point. Don't worry though, we can rebuild them. We have all of this space over here available to plant kohlrabis, and now that this is entirely, I believe, entirely enclosed with the irrigation barriers, which was one of the goals. They're planting up here again, because this is going to be, excuse me, industrial stuff. Although, yes, I know I did say industrial is going to be relegated all the way down here into the corners. Eventually, just have to empty them out first. In the meantime, we do what we do. And that's fine. So that's going to be there. I'm going to leave space up in this quadrant of this quadrant, I guess, if that makes sense, to put some more of these hydroponic gardens. I know we haven't built any yet, but this, I think, makes the most sense for those to be there. And that should be okay. Meanwhile, in terms of getting power out to the center of these areas, in the future, if we felt so inclined, we can, in fact, come in and put power shafts. Hold on, somebody lied to me then. They said I could build power shafts on top of these. Hold on, let me look at my notes. Okay, I shouldn't say somebody lied. They could just be mistaken. I don't want to insinuate that they're being malicious, but I was really hoping I could put power shafts on these. That would have been fantastic. So never mind. I had an idea to just put power shafts on here, but I guess we can't do that unless they're already on top of a what do you call these things? Platforms? Yep. You're exhausted. It's a 16-hour workday. Come on, man. Well, I really hope they can get this built. That's 12 out of 12, 0 out of 20. We're working on it. We're working on it. This is already in place. Now, the good news is we almost have 100 treated planks. We're getting there. Should be there in the next day or two, and then they should have this built. So at the very least, if we can have even just a couple things of dirt ready to go, then we'll be in a much better place. We also have enough science to do the terrain blocks now, so that is what I will at least start putting in here. They obviously won't be able to do anything until they have the dirt, but that's how we are going to make that work. And then I'll put the irrigation barriers on top of those. And that should help, hopefully, our mangroves. These are currently being planted in a splash of water, which is kind of funny. We're also going to need to have, yeah, we're going to need to have these dams here, which I guess doesn't necessarily hurt to have these spilling water out, but I don't want to get rid of them until I know for sure this has the terrain blocks in place. Because if I get rid of these and the terrain blocks aren't in place and we go into a drought or a bad tide, then we're going to lose a lot of water from this corner. Yep, and they've got to get those other ones done. It looks like, hopefully... Oh, okay, that was stupid. I should not have built the stairs first, because then they can't access stuff. Now they can actually get to these. That was poor judgment on my part. They can build this without having the stairs. So, we'll let them do what they want to do in that regard. How are we looking here? Wow, they've cleared this out quickly. This is becoming less and less useful. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these guys. And instead... There we go. I'll just put some more right here. And this is going to have to be... No, that's not the right one. I don't know why I always want to prioritize workplace. It doesn't matter. They're going to come here anyway. There's a bunch of beavers that don't have jobs. Yeah, just got to move these over so they can get the rest of those. Making good use of this wood. We're planting more, so I think we'll be okay long term. Just got to get the rest of this stuff finished. Making good progress. And they're working on these too, which is nice to see. So we have more opportunity for these beavers to have recreational pursuits. Love to always see that. Now, while we're waiting, somebody made comments about missing coffee bushes. I see it right here. And now I will fix it. These two are, well, until they're planted again. Okay, good. They can still reach that. That's now fixed, so we no longer have to worry about it. And then I'm leaving this open so I can put more of these breeding pods. And then, well, I guess theoretically, once we have everything fully figured out, this could just be more coffee bushes. But I don't believe we need to have any more coffee going on, just because we already have 1,400. Obviously, that's going to change when we have more beavers. I would like to have at least 500 stable, but the performance gains I got recently lead me to believe we possibly, if we have things set up in an organized manner, could support more than 500 and still have a kind of acceptable frame rate at 1x speed. I fully expect 3x speed to be almost unplayable, just by virtue of that's how the game works. But if we can maintain on 1x speed a solid 40 FPS with 1,000 beavers, I would be very happy with that. I would consider that to be a success. Alright, so now we're finally getting to the part where we put the dirt excavator together on the evening of day 10 of this cycle. And I believe we have everything we need. Yeah, we do. We have 142 of those treated planks, so that's not going to be an issue. Looks like all of our power shafts are hooked up too. Yes, looking fantastic here. So this will be well on its way, hopefully. Oh, and we didn't get the warning too. Good. Very, very good stuff. We should have that rocking and rolling very, very soon. So I have not built here because this is going to have bad water. Because we haven't done anything with this area over here. But we will at some point, hopefully have stuff figured out. I guess since we're already over here, might as well just put some platforms in here and at the very least have this blocked off so we can't have other stuff. I don't know. Sometimes my brain just decides that it is done thinking for the day. And I guess I've reached that point right now. But we're going to power through it. I can put... oh, that's how I did that. Double platform, then around and over the top. Yeah, I just need to... make sure that I'm doing things the correct way. When it comes, oh, that's cool. You can rotate the entire thing at once. I did not know that was a thing you could do. But we need to start getting down here anyway, so we'll just keep on going. How did I have this set up on the other side here? Okay, 2s all the way across. Nope, that's a single. There we go. So that'll get them over here at least. And then I guess I have to, well, I want to block this off. Because if I have this blocked off, the bad water can't get in here. It'll drain everything else, but it won't allow bad water to get through this damn piece here. So maybe they get to that, maybe they don't. This can't... Oh, we finished it, but I didn't put the stairs in place. Well, now that can be fixed. And that can be finished as well. Then this can finally start going. And we will have dirt. We also need to have dirt storage. I guess easiest thing to do is just to put one of these here, even if we have to do something else with it later. That can be dirt supply, and then they'll just figure it out because we've got a lot of builders. That looks like that's going to be fine. Getting rid of this stuff, we can eventually plant some more mangroves over here for fruit purposes, and then some other of these for wood purposes. Just a whole lot of remembering what I've done to duplicate it. I don't know if that's something I will necessarily end up showing. We might get to the point where I have to time-lapse some stuff, and that would be a good time-lapse thing so I don't bore you guys to tears. But we are drilling for dirt, and they are using the extract. So that's one thing we need to do, is make sure we're producing extract, which those of you playing along at home are going to recognize that we are not producing extract. So one thing we're going to have to do is make sure that we get this done first. And then it's going to be time to start thinking about a pilgrimage to the outer wilds, whatever you want to call it. Toxic Outlands. That's what I had dubbed that. But we're going to run out of this relatively soon. One of these is only 6 pieces of dirt, and 1 terrain block is 6 pieces of dirt. So we're basically trading 1 extract for 1 terrain block. We don't currently need to have any more than, I don't know, another 15 dirt blocks for what I have currently set up. So it's not really a pressing need, but if the next sub-cycle is a bad tide, we're going to be in really good shape, because then I don't have to go halfway across the map. So I guess we'll find out our fate right now, maybe. Okay, drought. I guess that's fine. Probably a net positive overall, because we don't have to worry about bad tide infection, but that does mean we're going to have to start thinking about making our way out of here, and it's going to be very expensive to reach the Outlands here. We have to decide what the best possible path is. So right now we have, in terms of bad water, none. Zero bad water. And all of the bad water sources in normal times are all the way out here, and we'd have to be pumping from all the way out here. So the easiest way for us to get somewhere is going to be to just go all the way across. Shortest possible path. Although I probably... the way this is set up now, closest path to the industrial area is right here. So if we were able to have this set up the way we probably should, this would come out here. Yeah, that would make, I believe, the most sense. We still have to get down. I have these side platforms. I've only ever unlocked really the 1x, and I would have to have a 2x coming off the other side to get there. I guess that's fine. We just have to be able to make use of everything else down here. So, just kind of thinking out loud for a moment in time here. Yeah, there's not really going to be any other way for us to get by. I guess just unlock the triple platforms. Got to be able to have the beavers go down. So that unfortunately is going to require us to... oh, those are already too high. Okay. Gonna have to do this. At least for a little bit. You know, I didn't even have to do it that way. Didn't even have to do it that way. I could just do this way, which means I could do this way, which means I can just do regular old stairs. Just come all the way down here. And we'll make a more elegant solution because I'm not really a huge fan of this, honestly. I was going to build a tower and then some sort of other thing, but you know how this goes. It doesn't always end up making sense. But there is an elevation change here. I believe these are... Math is hard. 2 blocks higher? Yeah. 2 blocks higher. So this would have to end up being a double platform. Or is that only 1 block higher? No, it's 1 block higher. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? This would go here. You know, watch this still not be the same height. I probably should have installed the height shower mod. Height shower mod. Thank you. Suspension bridges we haven't gotten to yet. Steel bridges we also have not gotten to yet because, well, those take more science, more resources we don't have. But we will bridge this gap. Should look hopefully nice. Oh, this is done. Cool. Now it's out of water because I shut it off from the outside world. Yep, so that's a thing. I guess the best thing for us to do is just open this up. I'm going to have, what, count in 3 and then have 5. Okay. Well, we'll do that. I'll just let this get got here. No, not right there. We do have 1.3 days left. I think they can build those dams in that time period. Shouldn't be an issue. Just want to make sure this has access here to get water out. They're going to try and build this first. So let's prioritize. There we go. Get those done. But that is going to allow our mangroves to get planted. And if this is in fact going to end up looking like this, I guess I just had this set up so it would be a mirror. But this is fine as it is. We will put the side platforms in later. They have completely, with the exception of this ungrown pine tree, completely just, I don't know what the correct word is, gotten rid of all the stuff, whatever. This needs to be... Oh, I don't have the time. I don't have the time. Do I have the dirt? Okay, I gotta think. Gotta pause. Here come the people that don't want me to pause. But if I get rid of this, I don't know that I can get the dirt in here fast enough before this drought is over. So this is going to have to be a 2-step process. I'm not going to put dams in, or levees. This needs to go away. That's something we can do right now. That can all go away, and this can be planted as mangroves. And this can be unmarked for harvesting because these are actually going to be viable trees. Oh, but I still have to have these dead ones marked for cutting. What am I doing? All right, there we go. So really all I need to do is put in these levees here, which, oh, I guess they can still just use this path. But I just have to put this layer of levees in, and then I can put dirt on the outside, and then that shouldn't ever really be a problem, which means I don't even have to have this as platforms. I can have this as dam pieces, as I probably should. So we'll just do that. We'll see what works. Another little project to get ourselves into. But now that we actually have the dirt, I'm going to pause this because we don't need any more dirt right now. We just want to put this stuff in place. I know they're working on this to hold water in, but there's no point because it's going to spill out here anyway, so we don't really have to worry about rushing that. Not a big deal. I did want this to be full, though. And it looks like that's doing a good job. Just needs to be able to maintain water, which it will. Should not have any issues with that whatsoever. This is continuing to just do whatever it wants to do. So that was successful. Gave us a little bit of a shot in the arm for logs. Things should start to improve a lot once these oaks reach maturity in another half a cycle or so. And we will find out exactly what else has to happen. But now, we have access to this space over here, which we can easily start harvesting for trees. I don't know why I always want to call it harvesting for trees. It's cutting down trees, whatever. But we can make good use of that. Probably should also build another set of ladders over here, just to make everything nice and even if it isn't necessarily the most sensical layout for stuff. Interconnectivity is important. So that can go here and here. Just run that, run that, run that, and that'll end up being nice. And once this is completely sealed in, that's going to be fine too. But now it is drought time. 8-day drought. This is now completely just off into its own devices. We have water here, we have water here. This regrettably was not finished, but now it is. And that's fine. This is nicely filling up. So again, the reason I put the dam here is so that when we have our actual pumps sitting here, all going into this hole, it can't siphon out of this area enough to make these swimming pools unusable. I don't think. It's, I guess, possible that it might do that, but here's hoping it doesn't do that. In the meantime, we have 8 days, well, 7.7 left now of this drought to try and improve things. If we can, I would like to get this area set up as another tree farm. In fact, now that this is set up the way it is, looks like this can now be tapped for another little bit of terrain block fun, which means it's going to be time to isolate this with irrigation barriers. That probably should just be standard operating procedure from now on when we have any further expansion like this. But like I said, name of the game is just being consistent, and that is what we will be doing here. Just getting this across, and then remembering how I have this set up. Okay, that was a ladder on the other side. Perfect. Perfecto. That's going to work nicely. This will go all the way across like it has been. Then the far outside was a path. Yes, it was. All right. And how many did I count in on this side? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's right, because I wanted space. That's going to be okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. And then in the middle of this was where this 3x3 ended up going. That's empty now. So that's how many between here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then a path. We'll count from the outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then a path here. So now we can safely get rid of this guy. How far back did we go? That was 4, and then we had a circle path. Okay. Watch me get this still completely wrong. There we go. Now, I believe this is... Oh, that's not deep enough. I believe that is dead center here. Not necessarily here, but just right there. Is that how I had that set up? I really hope so. Or else it's going to bug me until the end of time. Let's count this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12... 13, and then a path. Oh, did I not count from the outside? I might not have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, okay, did it right. I did it right. All right. So, now what I can do is I can start converting these. I can use my triple dynamite. This is why I kept some of my my extract. I use my triple dynamite here to make these 3 deep and then automate them. Not that we really need to save jobs necessarily, but I feel like that would be a smart move for us to do. We don't necessarily have to get rid of all of this either, because all I've got to do to convert this is just put 1 more of these dynamite down here. You know, actually, I could have just done that the same way. I didn't need to spend the 1200 science, but yeah, might as well. If we really get bothered by it, then I guess I could just redo it later. We'll get that set off there. Get that set off there, and then we can put our stream gauges in. Don't know when they're going to get around to putting this in. There's all sorts of other stuff they need to do. But this will allow us, hopefully, to do a little bit of something while our drought is occurring. We have 1,000 wood now, which is fantastic. We're going to need a lot more. In fact, these guys need a little bit of help clearing. We still have a bunch of extra right here. Extra workers, that is. So we'll get rid of them. Oh, this doesn't have a log storage. So we can do that. This can go here. Log supply, that should help those guys out. This obviously has not been messed with too much, but this is now at the very least prepped for that. Just going to have to get them down here somehow, and I don't have a... I didn't do ladders here. I probably should have. Oh well. We are doing much better than we were. That's pretty much all you can ask for. So, what's going to have to happen now... Oh, this is going to be so tricky. Because I don't have... If I go to the 6x... Oh, that's not quite wide enough. I'm going to have 1 space in the middle it can't reach. Which means I'm not going to be able to build both sides at the same time. Yeah, if we come up here. Maybe it's 2 in the middle. Can't reach. I don't know. So there's going to have to be an island, and we're going to have to use... oh, I'm going to hate that. The 3x and the 4x have different designs because the 4x has a metal in it. That is going to irritate the you-know-what out of me. Well, that sounds like a problem for not this episode me when I can think about something else. So, are we going to get this put in? What are they even working on right now? I wish... Okay. I guess they got that all taken care of. Let's get rid of this path here, because that's all finished. There we go. And then I can put in the damn piece here, and we can come in with our staircase like we know we're going to have right there. And I think I just have the one without the path. Yep, there we go. That's not the name of the item, that's the name of the beaver. Gatherer's flag. There we go. Just go ahead and start the process. These guys can go do something else because there's just this one tree left. This one guy can handle it. Yeah, that's going to be a gatherer flag. This is going to be warehouse for the these things, the fruits. And then everything else, it just depends on how stuff gets put in place. Pop that there, pop that there. That should be enough. These guys have been able to handle this just fine. We'll put these 2 right here. That will work quite nicely once everything's in place. And we still don't have explosives in here yet, do we? No, we don't. Okay. No surprise there. They're going to be working on this for quite some time. But at least this is getting started, I suppose. They are prioritizing the strangest things. I guess I shouldn't really complain because it's in the order you build it. So I might as well just go ahead and prioritize these explosives because, hold on, are we out of... we have canola oil. Are we out of canola plant? I feel like we need to be planting more of that. Oh, we have hydroponic gardens. I forgot those were being built. And you know what we don't have? We still don't have, and I said I was going to do this episode, and now we're 45 minutes in. We don't have fermenters set to anything but soybeans. Soybeans, 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 and then this one should also be soybeans. Yep. Yeah, I was going to put those here, and then I ran out of ideas on how to do that. All right, well, that's unfortunate. I mean, we're fine on food. We have plenty of other stuff. I just have a lot of cassava and, well, not a lot of mushrooms, but I have a lot of cassava we haven't done anything with. And I imagine we really could use some more canola. So I'll tell you what, cassava. I don't know if I have enough cassava because I haven't been doing anything with it. So I guess I shouldn't make any modifications here. We are going to need to do more farming over here. I'm just not exactly sure how yet. Not exactly sure what the best option for that's going to be. So I don't know. I did not think about the layout for our food processing over here. And I feel like that's something that I should have done over the last week of not playing this, but I honestly completely forgot. So I think we're going to have to maybe push that to the next one. If you have any ideas, you can let me know in the comments on layouts for that or anything. But keep in mind, this is not supposed to be the permanent industrial area, so if it's ugly, it's fine. But food processing, I think food processing long-term is going to stay up here, probably in these outskirts areas that aren't irrigated, just because it makes sense to not ship the food halfway across the map to process it and then ship it back. I know that's how it works in the real world, and it just blows my mind that they choose to spend that kind of money instead of just doing it locally, but I'm not an economist. I went to school for communication, not economics or transportation logistics or anything, so whatever. But I digress. In the Timberborn, we don't have to do it that way because I just don't understand how that makes economic sense. But I digress. Right here, we can, at the very least, get this set up. Do I have these? I sure do. So we'll go ahead and get those gone. And underneath, stream gauges. Right here. And then on top, we'll put the fluid dumps back in. So hopefully they can still build both of those. I guess we'll see. And then we can automate those as long as I don't forget. But this is going to be mirrored setup, or not mirrored, it's going to be cloned based off of this. Not really any specific reason why, it's just going to satisfy my desire for everything to match, which is probably indicative of something I should get help for, but I digress. We're going to have a fun time anyway, and I already forgot what it looked like. Yeah, on the left side is where we put these guys. There we go. That's going to go there. That's going to go here. This forester is going to go here, flipped, so the doorway's in the right spot. Oh, it's so nice when it matches. Okay. That's looking good there. Well-being for the tooth grindstone goes here. All right. That, friends, is going to be a thing of beauty. Absolutely wonderful. And this is already set up with the 5... Oh, I'm so smart. I don't even remember doing this, but it's already set up. Oh, that makes me so happy. Let's go. Mangroves. All the way across. Look how beautiful and matching that is. Absolutely fantastic. So this is actually having some pretty good progress on being torn down. This will be a good industrial area once all this metal's out of here. And then, of course, we will do the same on this side and start moving things down. Obviously, once the metal's gone, all the metal stuff will go away, and then we'll figure out how we want to have this laid out. Having the wood processing down here with where most of the wood is being grown is going to make a lot more sense than the way it's currently being done. But everything has to happen in a specific order, and it's not always the order that makes the most sense when you're planning a large build like this. So I think once this is set up down here, it's going to make a whole lot more sense. And that's going to enable us to get further and further out into the toxic outlands, because that's what this is all about, is mastering this whole map. Hopefully we can make it work. I should have play tested this a little bit before I did it, but I didn't. So that's on me. Keep in mind, if you see the swimming pool with the not enough water, that's because this was open. This side is still perfectly fine. Still has plenty of water to have that operate. I believe once we have dams in place here and here, then that should still function just fine. You know, come to think of it, I guess they don't have enough to do right now, and I do have the wood to do it. So why don't we go ahead and just get this set up right here. So then eventually we can get this going as well. I think hopefully this will make sense. The way I have this envisioned in my mind, at least, doesn't always match up. That's going to look quite nice there. Once that's in place, we can replace this with levees, and then I will put another one of these dirt excavators in the corner. We might not use it, at least long term, but that will deepen our little retention hole here all the way down to the bottom of the map eventually. And we'll be able to put our water pumps in the corners here, which means I can move them out of here, which means I can put more barracks in here, which means we can have more beavers. Did I not put another Flame of Unity here? I sure didn't. Okay, we need to fix that. Because the rest of these guys are all, yeah, they're all good to go. That's looking quite nice. All right, this is in place. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I did not plant the oak trees. Did not plant the oak trees. Is this... Oh, it's going to die in 9 days. We're going to have to wait for that to be its own thing. But we have these stream gauges in place. So why don't we go ahead and set them up? Let's attach stream gauge. There we go. Oh, this is more complicated than I remember it being. Shouldn't ever be contaminated, so we don't have to worry about that. Oh god, I have to think like an engineer again. My brain's not designed for this. Or at least a software engineer, which is probably worse. Oh jeez. Why are there two separate checkboxes for depth on each one? Pause. Oh my god, this was so much easier before. It's currently at 2.87 meters. I want to these, I don't know why, but these less than and greater than signs always break my brain. When it, I wish this was just a linear scale that I set a slider on instead of just a checkbox in separate sliders. I don't know why it's like this. If I pause less than, no, I want to pause when it's greater than, I guess 2.81. Pause when it's greater than 2.81. Unpause when it's under 2.7. I really should check and see what the point is that it starts de-irrigating. But I guess we'll try that. If you have other ideas in the comments, please let me know. Again, I'm terrible at this kind of logic. This is why I could not be a programmer. Alright, so let's do that again. Pause over 2.81. It's not going to let me do 2.1. Doesn't matter. Alright. That's fine. Under 2.7. These settings probably will have it turned on more than it needs to be, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be safe set up that way, so I guess we'll be okay. And we'll do the same thing again. Now it wants to do 2.81. There we go. Alright, so that's, I guess, functioning to some degree. This now can be fine just like so. This can go away because we have the other ones set up. And then I just need to unmark this stuff that's not going to be cut. I don't need to, but it's it just makes sense. All right, so that one should be done. This is set up just fine here. And now cycle 20 begins. So this should be where we end today. Just for the sake of continuity, one full cycle here. We did manage to actually get some really good progress done. Let's pause so I don't go too far too fast. But this was not even remotely accessible this entire time. But we did it. Got that taken care of. I can go ahead and get that situated as well. So this is now good to go. They just have to go to work planting all the trees and taking care of everything. Oh, they can't reach the... oh, that stinks. They can't reach the outer bounds here. So why is this planted? Did I have the... yeah, oh, those just spread naturally. Okay. Okay. That, I'm going to have to remember to unplant these guys, and then, I don't know, that's going to have to be a next time thing. But that's looking good. Now that these are planted, I can unplant, they're not going to be cut again. I can unplant these edges, and they'll be able to take over there. These no longer need to be dug up, but these do. There's a lot to keep up with here. I do genuinely try to keep up with stuff. I know I am not always good at it, so I appreciate your patience and when you guys keep me honest in the comments. So, this is going to be good, having a lot more wood accessible, ready to go, especially once we start ramping things up. It is unfortunate that I did not set up the food correctly, like I said I was going to do last time. That just completely slipped my mind until we were 3/4 of the way through the episode, and I figured it was better to just hold off and do that next time. But we've got to figure out bad water stuff. Obviously, it's not going to be fun, not going to be the most beautiful thing ever to get down here. We're going to have to probably just build a ladder all the way down, go across and then back up, and then build a bridge off of that. So that'll be a next time thing. Please do remind me in the comments to do that. But we do have to get across here and then start actually refining, pumping and refining the bad water, which can be a focus of at least these areas right here. But that should work out, be very content-rich stuff, I guess, for the next couple episodes getting into here, because we really do have to have bad water so we can make more extract and get into the other fun stuff. But yeah, I think that is just about everything that we actually did today, you know, minus this. We already talked about that. They're still working on this, which means we can't get rid of this yet. But yeah, lots of stuff to remember and keep in mind as we approach next episode. I always read every comment. I can't respond to everybody, but I do read them, and I do keep notes between every episode of what you guys have to say, ideas, errors that you catch, or just whatever's on your mind. So I look forward to reading those again. As always, thanks very much for the support. Beard Boosters as well. All those folks with their fantastic and reliable support makes it possible for me to keep doing this stuff. So very thankful for those folks. And I hope whatever you're doing with the rest of your day, you have a fun and a safe time. And we'll see you back again tomorrow for an episode of, I believe, the Folktales hard mode is what's coming out on Friday. Then Saturday, another Water Beavers, as we get very close to the end of that one. Got some fantastic progress done in yesterday's episode. Please go check that out if you haven't. And then we're going to slowly start moving into some new content as well. But I will keep you guys updated as we get into that. But that's all the time we got for this one. Again, whatever you're doing, stay safe, have fun, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.